Good morning, Quartzfest. Got my Nanook of the North hat on this morning because it's windy. It's only in the 40s, but with the wind, it kind of freezes your ears a little bit. So, and we'll walk over here by the fire pit. I don't think they got a fire going though. Normally they would. So I don't know why they're not starting in the morning. Not too sure, but should be a good day. I don't see any fantastic sunrises going on right now, but everything's pretty quiet out here. But it'll soon be buzzing with activity. I'm going to try to get over there to the event station there and maybe make a few contacts today. And visit the Red Cross wagon over there. They're giving away free smoke detectors. And I just checked my smoke detector in the motorhome last night. It's old. It was 2012, so it's way too old. So I definitely need to replace it. So what a deal! Fire pit would have a nice fire in the mornings. I don't know if they just don't have somebody to start it, or I'll ask around about that, because I get up early. I could start it. So I will find out if they need a fire starter. Well, I found this knife on the road here, so I'll turn that into the lost and found. See if anybody has lost that knife on the road. Right near the bulletin board area there, so hopefully somebody will claim it. Here's the event station here, W7Q, and it'll be buzzing with activity later. There's the cobweb antenna we put up there. Seems to be performing pretty good what I hear, so I'll see if I can pop in here later and do some operating. Some people have some real nice setups, even in the tents. Nice camping. You know, for the campers in tents, they have the porta potties here. It's quite convenient. And look at this guy, he brought his telescope. I heard they had a kind of astronomical nights where you could look through his telescope and things, so might have to check that out if I can stay awake at night. Well, the net here, the local simplex net, starts up at 7:45 and it's usually very prompt, headed by Chris, K1 RSS. So we'll see if it starts here in about 2 minutes. So let's enjoy the view here, and not a view of me. Got the cacti there. A nice morning. Slight breeze, not too bad, but definitely chilly. Walk through the gully here, or a wash as they say down here. I'll look back at the sunrise. There might be something there. I don't think it blew that good, where there's going to be enough dust in the air to make one of those spectacular Arizona sunrises.
Hey Jerry, if you're still here, coffee's on. Same 6 BAY.
Well, that's good coffee.
Well, good morning, Quartzfesters. Welcome to day 5 of Quartzfest 2025.
Wow, right on time.
Let's get started with today's weather. We have weather, actually. Over to Brent, KB0ZCO, KR1SS.
Good morning to the net. Yesterday, the high was 65. The low last night was 39. The maximum winds yesterday were 18, but the average was only about 5. Currently it's 43. The high today will be 64. The low tonight will be 34. Winds will be 10 to 15 out of the north, but we could see some gusts maybe to 25 during the day. It'll be sunny today. Sunset will be at 5:59 p.m. and sunrise tomorrow will be at 7:37. KB0ZCO, back to that.
Well, thank you, Brent. Now over to Gordo for the schedule of the day. W36NOA, KR1SS.
And a very good morning. And Brent, good timing. The sun is just halfway up over the mountain to our east. And a good morning to all. And, you know, this is a good shakeout for the rest of the year with our RVs. You're discovering, as we have, I'm sure, that there's all sorts of air leaks coming in when the wind is blowing 15 to 20. And I know Scotch packaging tape is a great way to seal up those doors and other things that are letting in the cold. Well, we've got a hot day for you today with excitement. The team for heading out to Cunningham Peak, the SOTA team, led by Javi, K6TNT, will meet up and leave out at 0830. So have a good hike to Cunningham, and let's all be listening on frequency so we can work them when they're at the peak. Parks on the air at 8:30 also. We're going to drive to a KOFA park, and Nancy is heading that one up, and KK7 Golf Alpha. Nancy, I'm sure you'll give us a little bit more on that, and that is also at 8:30. 9 o'clock, our seminars begin with Tom, November 6, Bravo Tango, talking about antennas theory, and what's the best antenna for the best signal. Marcia, KG6FIX, will be talking about crocheting and actually demonstrating some of her great work that we see her always working on. And I will be at the Area 3 where the big screen is, just to the east of the fire ring, and we're going to be talking about, for newcomers, how to use that new metal detector, and that'll be also at 9 o'clock. So if you're brand new to metal detecting, come at 9 o'clock. But if you're not new and you're a real veteran, then you can come about 9:30 to 10, because that's when we continue to find what will be about $50 worth of actual very old coins buried in the sand somewhere. You won't need a huge digging tool other than maybe just a small trowel. You won't need a shovel there, just a couple inches below the surface. So that's between 9 o'clock and
Area 3 here.
10:30 or 11. At 12 o'clock, that's our license continuing in service that Stephen and his team, all the way from the East Coast, is conducting both live and in person. And 12 to 13:30, of course, is lunch. 1 o'clock is our solar walkabout, and Frank, KF0XX, will be heading that up. And thanks, Frank, for taking everybody around to look at all the solar panels. 2 to 3 o'clock, it's get the word out and generate interest in hams and for hams. That's Steve, K9STV, and that'll be a good one at the fire ring. Need some help and we can't find out where you are? We can get right down to inches with where you are with what 3 words. And Blake, KD0OE, will be talking about that. And we'll also, that's in the main fire ring, and Area 3, Confest Basic, Bill, and Bill's call is K8 Tango Echo, who is also doing a 10:30 talk on emergency operating procedures. That's going to be a good one. So, Bill, if you've not heard Bill talk, he is a real inspiration, and he knows his stuff. So again, I flipped over 10:30 to 11:30, emergency operating procedures with Bill, YLRL meeting, and ladies, Vicky in 6KLS is holding that one up, and that's the story. So Chris, back to you, and hope everybody stays warm today. WB6NOA. Chris?
Okay, Gordo, thank you. And don't forget the Hootenanny at about 5 o'clock, about 4:30 this afternoon. It'll be right after our happy hour Hambletics and announcements. Frank, over to you. KB7IQ, do you want to talk a little bit about the off-road trip, KR1SS?
Well, good morning, Quartzfesters, and of course we had a sunny morning yesterday that we couldn't quite muster yesterday for the four-wheel drive ride, but we had a pretty good time for about the first third of the way yesterday. We visited a couple of mine sites and talked about the Spanish Wall and talked about RVing and some of the desert and that sort of thing, and then we hit the big hill that I was worried about for everybody, and it turned out that the big hill didn't turn out as bad as we thought it would, but it did in another sense in that one driver got a little bit too far to the left and started to fall off the side of the hill, and that was not a good thing. And we ended up stalling the ride at that point and trying to get him out, and our increasing efforts to do so finally led to my calling a halt to the ride and sending everybody back home the way we went. So everybody had about a half a ride yesterday, so I apologize for that. Got to watch a little excitement. And then a whole cadre of folks, including myself, spent some time trying to get this fellow back up on the road, and we finally managed to do it with the help of, I guess probably 8 or 9 different pull ropes and 3 cars in series to pull him up the hill onto the road again. So once we did that, we went ahead, the few left that were left, about 6 or 7, we finished the ride and went over to, Guadalupe Peak and had a wonderful time looking out over the valley for a while. And when we headed back, they had blocked the entrance to the freeway, so we ended up having to take the off-road route back to get back to camp, and got back a little later and missed the afternoon get-together. So sorry about that. First time we've ever had that happen, and hopefully it won't happen again, but it was an interesting day to say the least. So that's all I have, Chris. Have a great day. KB7IQ.
Go ahead, comment.
This is Jim KT6W, and I was the stranded driver on the hill. I want to thank everybody who pulled me out. It was certainly a team effort, and a good example of why you would never want to go out there by yourself. As much fun as it is to get out in your 4x4, it's always important to have somebody else around, at least to be able to get some help if you need it. And fortunately, I had lots of help. And even though I can't thank people individually because I don't remember all your calls, but thank you. And I do apologize. I hope the people that turned around, that you found your ride back interesting. Maybe not with the navigator that Frank is. Anyhow, I apologize. I look forward to going again if you guys let me. I've been on many of these before and have really enjoyed it. So, Frank, thank you. Here's Jim KT6W. Hello. REP comment.
Go ahead, Rick.
Yes, there were 30,000 reports yesterday, and yes, all of the people who turned around, we all made our way safely back.
Okay, thank you, Rick. And Frank, thanks to you and all the crew that helped pull him out. That's awesome. Let's go down to Frank. AF0XX talked about solar walkabout for this afternoon.
Good morning, and good morning. I see our big solar generator in the sky is making its way up, like Gordo and Brent said, and powering us up, putting that juice back in the battery that we wasted last night trying to keep warm. 1 o'clock, we're going to meet over by the tent, the local tent. Bring your handheld, and we'll talk a little bit about solar generation, the way we went about it, and we'll go look at some examples. So looking forward to seeing you at 1 o'clock over at the welcome tent. Make sure you bring your handhelds because people have had a hard time in the past hearing people describe things, so we'll have the demonstrator talk to us. I think probably use 146/600 frequency, so that'll be simplex. They'll talk on that frequency, and we'll listen or whatever. That's about it. That 146/600 is going to be okay to use, Chris?
Frank, probably best to use 146.000 to get farther away from this frequency.
That's a good point. 146. No, 146.000, or how many ever zeros you got. So see everybody at the welcome tent at 1 o'clock. Have a good day. AF0XX.
And Gordo.
Good, Gordo.
Okay, yeah, 146 for the frequency for solar walkabout. Hey, I had it on page 2. I should have had it here with stars on it. The hootenanny tonight needs your help with instruments. That would be teapots, kettle pots, jingle jangles, whatever you've got. Russ and his team for the hootenanny tonight is looking for more entertainment behind the scenes as he's playing along with his team. So if you got something to bang on, drum on, or wet on, Russ will enjoy it, and all of us tonight for the hootenanny, and that'll be at the main fire ring. And Russell, we're ready. Hootenanny at 16:30 hours.
Oh, thank you, Gordo. Now down to Nancy, KK7GGA, to talk about the moto today.
Yeah, this is KK7GGA. The time announced earlier is wrong. It is changed to 9:30. Everyone please be lined up at the front of the registration tent no later than 9:15. I guess we'll go on 145.000, just to keep everybody together for the ride down. And we'll be leaving promptly at 9:30. Like I said before, there's probably going to be room for people if you need a ride down there. I have like a seat. There was plenty of people to get seats. So if you want to come down and you don't have a ride, I'm pretty sure we could find something for you. Just come down there no later than 9:15. We'll be driving down about 6 miles down that main road out front here on paved, and then we'll be on about 3 miles down a really good dirt road. So any vehicle can make it no problem on this road. As I stated before, you have to have a general or extra license to actually get on the air. However, any license level could come and watch. I will have 2 different antennas up so you can see the difference and hear the difference between the 2. So it should be a lot of fun, and hopefully the weather will cooperate, and I will see you all a little bit later. KK7DGA.
And Nancy, do you have any idea which bands you're going to be operating so we can try to get you from here?
Yeah, we will be on 20 meters. Of course, I don't know what frequency we're going to be on. I'll have to get a clear frequency when we get down there, but we'll be operating on voice on 20 meters.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. Have fun on that. Bill, K7 Whiskey Mike. We'll talk about the
Question for Nancy.
Go ahead.
How long is that?